On visiting an orthopaedic hospital in County Limerick during the week, I went in search of a prayer space. I stumbled upon an external, smallish but church-like structure, now called a Staff Health and Wellbeing Centre. A former chapel, it now serves as a place apart, offering yoga and interesting talks and the occasional mass. As France prepares for this year's Olympics, a promotional poster photoshopped out a cross from a French historical site. Lidl, the supermarket chain, did something similar in 2017 as they featured an iconic church in their promotional material. Robert M. Jensen, author of The Cross, History, Art and Controversy, argues that there's a reluctance now to use religious symbols because they're associated with some people's very questionable motivations. More disturbingly, there may be a sense that secularism has so pervaded culture that the symbols of Christianity, which shaped culture for centuries, aren't viewed so much as dangerous as irrelevant and even embarrassing. This weekend we celebrate the Ascension, when we listen to the Acts of the Apostles record Jesus suddenly being lifted up and a cloud taking him from their sight. Mark's Gospel relays how Jesus was taken up into heaven to sit at the right hand of God. What are we to make in 2024 of the story of Jesus being taken up into a cloud? An episode that not only sounds like mythology, but also violates our modern sense of space. The German-Swiss poet and novelist Hermann Hesse once intriguingly urged, gaze into the fire, into the clouds, and as soon as the inner voices begin to speak, surrender to them. The disciples gazed at the clouds, and they seemed to hear an inner voice. They listened to this voice and surrendered to Jesus' exhortation to share good news with all of creation. Mark describes the disciples as propelled to go out, preaching everywhere. And Mark describes the Lord as working with them. Something definitely happened to Jesus' disciples as he ascended. It seems as if Jesus' withdrawal ushered in a new way by which Christ can be present to us, intimate yet universal, and interceding for us at the right hand of the Father. The Ascension powerfully tells us that Jesus is alive among us in a new way. He is now present in every place and time and is close to each of us. We are never alone. We have an advocate who guides us, waits for us, and defends us. The wellbeing room at the County Limerick Hospital was closed. Initially, I was desolate, longing to find a prayerful space to raise my prayers to God for my mum. As I continued strolling, I remembered writer Kathleen Norris's expression that prayer is not doing, but being. It is not words, but the beyond words experience of coming into the presence of something much greater than oneself. It is an invitation to recognize holiness and to utter simple words, holy, 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 in response. On a nice Limerick May evening, I ventured along a country lane, listening to a running stream and watching a foal nervously staying close to his mum. Suddenly, I remembered moments of prayer as a child when I accompanied my mum to church. I recalled smoke ascending, the incense lifting our prayers, the altar boy with grateful poise hoisting up the cross, the priest extending the bread and wine of sacrifice. In that country lane, I felt my heart elevated towards hope and expectancy. This was just before my mind drifted to thoughts of Limerick hurling and the promise of Bruce Springsteen singing live at 74 years of age. Springsteen recorded his 12th album, The Rising, after the breathtaking turmoil of September 11th. The lyrics about heroism and sacrifice draw on the deep well of Springsteen's Catholic upbringing and religious imagination. Springsteen sings from the viewpoint of a firefighter who left the station that morning with the bells ringing, wearing the cross of my calling. He is climbing up the stairways, and gradually it becomes clear that the ascension is beyond the towers into another world. In a country, Limerick Lane, I experience a rising, Jesus as present, close, and hopefully advocating for my mom. Holy, holy, holy. Amen.